Good morning, my name is Matthew Hugo from Weather Commerce, and this is this morning's weather brief on Thursday the 7th of July. Today's weather brief will cover a summary on the West European 5-day average temperatures, the UK, Europe, Scandinavian precipitation, and finally global weather alerts. We will start by taking a summarised look at the mean surface temperatures across Europe. And a trend continues for previous days to suggest that between days 11 and 15 there is medium or perhaps even medium to high confidence that temperatures are forecast to be either near or trending slightly below climate averages across the majority of Europe, though particularly across Switzerland, Germany and Austria, for example, where temperatures may be at least 2 or 3 degrees below climate norms. A similar temperature trend is expected between days 6 and 10, and this continues on from previous days, with as a result medium to high confidence to suggest that once again temperatures are forecast to be either near or trending slightly below climate averages across the majority of Europe. And finally, between days 2 and 5, there has been little change from previous days, and that is for temperatures across the majority of Europe to be very close to climate averages, though perhaps just slightly below climate averages, but by only 1 or 2 degrees Celsius. It is worth highlighting that once again there is little or no significant evidence to suggest that temperatures across the whole of Europe are likely to be either significantly above or significantly below climate averages throughout the next 7 to 14 days. And now let's take a look at the expected temperatures across the United Kingdom in some closer detail. And the majority of the available forecast models between days 11 and 15 are very similar to previous days, despite some of the recent GFS deterministic models signalling temperatures either near or just slightly above climate averages at the end of the forecast period. These are model outliers at the present time, and there is medium or perhaps medium to high confidence given that the other forecast models signal temperatures to be either near or perhaps 1 to 2 degrees below climate averages, and this has been signalled for many days. I have highlighted the remainder of the forecast period, including days 2 to 10, because the majority, if not all, of the available forecast models are once again signalling temperatures to be very near or just trending slightly below climate averages of around 1 to 2 degrees. Climate averages of around 16 degrees Celsius are expected across the United Kingdom over the next 2 to 10 days. Again, confidence is medium or perhaps even medium to high, given that this temperature trend has been signalled for a good number of days now. And as a result, I do expect temperatures across the United Kingdom to be either near or trending slightly below climate averages over the next 7 to 10 days at least. And finally, I just wanted to highlight why temperatures are forecast to be generally near or trending slightly below climate averages, and this is in association with predominantly cool and unsettled conditions across the UK. As you can see here, on Thursday the 14th of July, an area of low pressure is forecast to be dominant just to the northwest of the UK, and as a result a cool and unsettled west or southwesterly air mass is forecast across many areas, and it is this kind of weather type which is forecast to dominate throughout a large portion of the forecast period. And now let's take a closer look at the expected temperatures across Europe over the next 11 to 15 days. Temperatures are forecast to generally remain near or trending slightly below climate averages by 1 to 3 degrees, particularly across central and eastern areas of Europe, including Switzerland, Germany, Austria and perhaps Italy, for example, and this temperature trend has been evident for numerous days now. Going back to the model comparison graphs and using Austria as an example of some central and eastern areas of Europe, you can see that the trend from previous days, between days 11 and 15, as we move towards and beyond the weekend of the 16th and 17th of July, is that despite some model divergence with regards to just how below climate averages temperatures will get, all of the available forecast models have temperatures at least 2 or 3 degrees below a climate mean of around 22 degrees Celsius. Between days 6 and 10 there continues to be little or no significant changes compared with previous days. As you can see, the majority, if not all, of the available forecast models signal temperatures to be very close to, if not just trending slightly below, climate averages, again particularly across some central and also eastern areas of Europe in particular. Using the latest Switzerland model comparison graph as an example, you can see that between the 10th and the 16th of July, despite some model divergence, as was evident on the Austria model comparison graph, you can see that all, if not the majority of the available forecast models, signal temperatures to be again either near or trending slightly below climate averages by 1 to 3 degrees Celsius. This trend has been evident for numerous days now, and as a result confidence levels are medium to high over the expected temperature trend. Finally, between days 2 and 5 there is no significant changes and nothing untoward with regards to the expected temperatures, and that is for the majority of Europe to have temperatures very close to climate averages, though perhaps just trending slightly below climate norms but by only 1 or 2 degrees. And now taking a look at the expected Scandinavian precipitation totals. And the trend from the last few days continues today, and that is to highlight that many areas of Norway over the next 7 or perhaps even 10 days is forecast to have precipitation totals well above climate averages, with perhaps up to in excess of 100 to 125 millimetres. In contrast, many areas of Sweden and Finland are forecast to have precipitation totals nearer to climate norms. Within the longer term, as we move towards and beyond mid-July, a more uniform precipitation total is forecast across Scandinavia, with many areas forecast to have precipitation totals either near or perhaps trending slightly below climate averages, with totals ranging between 20 and 50 millimetres generally. And now taking a look at global weather alerts, which highlight significant deviations from normal. And there is a developing and new trend for temperatures across central and northern regions of China to become above or potentially well above climate averages over the next 7 to 14 days. Mean surface temperatures up to and over 30 to 35 degrees Celsius is possible, which is comfortably 4 to 6 degrees above climate norms. Precipitation totals across southern areas of Brazil over the next 7 to 14 days are forecast to be generally above climate averages, with perhaps in excess of 80 to 100 millimetres of rainfall in some instances. This is in association with predominantly unsettled conditions and also rather cold conditions, as highlighted in previous audio briefs. And finally, the signal from previous days with regards to temperatures being above or potentially well above climate averages across many southwestern areas of the United States over the next 7 to 14 days continues within today's latest forecast data. Many areas of California and some surrounding states may have temperatures at least 6 to 8 degrees above climate averages, with mean surface temperatures generally ranging between 35 and perhaps as high as 40 degrees Celsius. Thank you for listening to today's weather brief. Goodbye.